Are you tired of going to the doctor with the same issue over and over again and never getting any relief? Are you tired of buying all types of vitamins and supplements, hoping but not knowing for sure that they will keep you healthy? Or are you getting enough of the right kind of nutrients that your specific body needs? If you answered yes to any of these questions, you need a nutritional blood analysis. With a nutritional blood analysis, we can take one drop of blood from a prick of your finger and analyze your body's nutritional needs, nutritional deficiencies, and nutritional imbalances. This analysis can provide an early warning of possible future health challenges so you can make the changes now to avoid the negative outcome. A nutritional blood analysis can be used to monitor a health challenge before and after adopting an approach to restore health and balance. It will also allow you the ability to determine the effectiveness of various approaches to restoring and balancing your health. So don't wait. Make your appointment. Stop guessing with your health. Know what works for sure. 901-602-7063.
This is Sergeant Chris Richardson with the Tennessee Highway Patrol, here to explain the Tennessee Hands-Free Law, which is a new state law effective July 1st, 2019. In Public Chapter 412, it makes it illegal for a driver to hold a cell phone or a mobile device with any part of their body, to write, send, or read any text-based communication, to reach for a cell phone or mobile device in a manner that requires the driver to no longer be in a seated driving position or properly restrained by a seatbelt, to watch a video or a movie on a cell phone or a mobile device, and to record or broadcast video on a cell phone or mobile device. So, can I still talk on my cell phone while driving? Yes. A driver is permitted to use an earpiece, headphone device, or a device worn on a wrist to conduct a voice-based communication. The driver may use one button on a cell phone or mobile device to initiate or terminate voice communication, and voice-based communication may also be used to send a text message. Learn more at handsfreetn.com.
CJ Used Appliances, located at 3530 Jackson Avenue here in Memphis, Tennessee. Call them at 901-487-7882. CJ Used Appliances have the best prices in town. Sales and service, heating and air. Also the best appliances you'll find anywhere in the Mid-South. Refrigerators, microwave stoves, washers and dryers, deep freezers, dishwashers, whatever you need in used appliances. And folks, I'll tell you, they're the best used appliances anywhere you'll find. That's CJ Used Appliances, 3530 Jackson Avenue. All appliances come with warranty. You can call them at 901-487-7882. Again, 901-487-7882. CJ Used Appliances.
Yeah, I'ma get it, that's for sure. I envision, then I go. I don't never look back on the go. Pray hard and then I work and that's for sure. Yeah, I'ma get it, that's for sure. I vision, then I go. I don't never look back on the go. Yeah, pray hard and then I work and that's for sure. Ay, Pops always told me work for what I want. Yeah. Always did when they told me that I want, yeah. So I don't understand the spoiled tip. My parents' money spoiled rich. I've been on my own kick that I'm gon' have the world grip, ayy. I just tuck my head and then I work and then I pray. Satan trying to give me all my, but he might pray. Always wanted to be more, I'm feeling like I'm Ray. I slept in Super Ace and now I'm chilling with the Grays. Diligent, I'm a rocket. Rings like I'm Harden, I'm Chris Breezy, I'm popping. No more games, time to lock in. Got say the planet, I'm on it. Going for my dreams, yeah, I'm on a ultra beam. I'ma get it, that's for sure. I envision, then I go. Yeah. I don't never look back on the go. Yeah. Pray hard and then I work and that's for sure. Yeah. I'ma get it, that's for sure. I envision, then I go. I don't never look back on the go.
And welcome to another edition of TalkBackLiveSPORTS. We are live here in the building, coming at you wherever you may be, however you may be listening, man, or watching. I definitely appreciate y'all for checking us out, for tuning in, for watching, and for gearing up for another edition of Talk Back Live Sports. I am your host, Joshua Midget. Got a lot of stuff coming up on today, man. A lot of topics to get to, including some Tiger recruiting news, Tiger football attendance news, and some NBA stuff. The Shaq and Kobe feud is kind of fueled back up here out of nowhere. So we're going to talk a little bit about that a little bit later on as well. But as you guys always know, you can hit me up, man. You can join the conversation by commenting on Facebook, but also in that phone number you see going across your screen, 901-213-6020. Once again, it's 901-213-6020. And good afternoon, everybody coming in. See Vidal coming in. See some more folks coming in. Y'all keep on coming in the room. Kelly, I see you, brother. How you doing? All y'all give me a big wave. Give me a what's up, whatever y'all want to do there in the comments. We definitely appreciate it. Also, as I say on all our videos, share this video, like this video, let the people know what's going on over here on TalkBack Live Network and TalkBack Live Sports and everything we got going on. So, once again, share, and we thank you for that. Now, I'm going to get right into this, man, because today was a pretty big day when it came to Tiger basketball, man, because, well, the Tigers got a commitment coming in, and if you want to know who he is, well, I'm going to let the graphic show you who he is, and then we're going to go into talking about him. But this is the latest commitment possibly coming in this year. We'll talk about it after this. Coming to the University of Memphis, the big man, Isaiah Stokes from Memphis. Of course, he's the younger brother of former Tennessee Vaughn himself, Jarnell Stokes, who played here in Memphis as well out of high school. Interesting thing about Isaiah coming in, he was, of course, committed to the University of Florida, as you see there. Got the picture there as well. Go Tigers go, because that's where he's coming possibly this season. Going to get into that, like I said, in a minute. But Isaiah Stokes is 6'8", listed as 6'8", 6'9", 280 pounds. Coming in, a big dude. If you want to talk about a big man, he is the definition of that coming in this coming season for the Tigers. So he transferred from Florida. He was there for 2 years. Spent 1 year as a redshirt at Florida, and decided in July of this summer that he's going to transfer. Decided to go on and get out. For whatever reason, he wanted to get closer to home. Said he's always wanted to play for the Tigers, even though he committed to go to Florida back when a couple of years ago. But he is excited to play for Penny Hardaway and Mike Miller and the coaching staff. The reason I bring up Penny and Mike Miller, well, number one, as you see there, he was a member of Team Penny at one point. He played for Penny. In case y'all didn't know, he played for Penny at AAU for Team Penny back in the day. And he also played, as you see there, for M33M Elite, which is Mike Miller's AAU organization as well. So he has a prior relationship with both coaches. So it wasn't that hard to figure out that if Isaiah was wanting to leave Florida, that Memphis would be probably the ideal place for him to go. So he's got that comfort level with Payne. He's got that comfort level with Mike Miller. And we'll see what happens. Now, he enrolled yesterday with a little bit of details at the University of Memphis. He said, quote, he's ready to be a leader for this young team, to come in right away, to be vocal, and to show these guys the ropes of how to play the game at the college basketball level, of how to be a professional, and how to do some things. It says it's unknown, and this is what I was going to get to. It's unknown right now, according to everybody I've talked to, that whether he will actually be eligible to play this year or not. Now, I know that demand for this year, but we're not really sure if that's going to happen or not. So that's going to be determined as time goes along. But he is officially a Tiger as of right now. We don't know. This may be a Lance Thomas type situation. Lance Thomas spent the whole year on the bench for the Tigers, but couldn't get in the game because of the NCAA rules. So we shall see. But what do y'all think, man? Lance, Isaiah Stokes coming in, a guy that you know Penny Hardaway said today in the press release that was put out that Isaiah Stokes has a high basketball IQ. And he's a big and a good passer and things of that nature, which he is. You know, it's one of the things he put on display when he played AAU basketball. So we'll see, man. But here's the thing I want to say. Now that I got life out of the way, let's talk real. That's what I do here on Talkback Live. We talk real. We're not just going to be cheerleaders. We're going to talk real. Here's the real. Isaiah Stokes averaged 2 points a game in Florida. Isaiah Stokes was a very talented high school player, just like his brother, Jarnell. But the thing is, as of right now, he has not proven himself on the collegiate level. Which is probably why he wanted to get out of there and get a fresh start somewhere else. Hey, Vicky, I see you. Kelly, I see you. Y'all coming in as well. I appreciate y'all for coming in. GKP, I see you, brother. I know his greetings coming in a minute. But this is why I wanted to say, because I was listening to some local media, as I typically do before the show, get a feel of what everybody's talking about and their opinions. And everything I was hearing, especially on the predominant sports station, is not a knock on them. But all they're saying is how Isaiah Stokes is going to be a matchup nightmare on the floor. I heard that from 24/7 Sports, talking about he's going to be a matchup nightmare on the court, that he's can be a force down low. I think we need to slow down because you're putting Tigers fans' expectations way up where it doesn't need to be. Because Isaiah Stokes at the college level has not proven any of this yet. He's proven that he's big, he's strong, he's shown some skills, some footwork in the post here and there. He probably needs to get in better shape from what I've heard. Maybe this time leading the season can help him get where he needs to be basketball-wise. But all I'm saying is, look, I'm not about to jump up and down and do backflips for the Isaiah Stokes signing. Now, I'm not saying he's the worst player or anything, but he's not the best. He's okay. He hasn't proven himself at the college level. And hopefully when he gets to Memphis, he can do that. But it's one of those things we'll have to wait and see. Now, let me read a couple comments here. Kelly says, better if he plays next year. In his opinion, he probably won't see the floor this upcoming season. GKP says, y'all already know who it is. Let's get it. Kawhi, because GKP said so. That's his catchphrase right there. But I'm just telling you, man, when it comes to Isaiah Stokes, I'm glad, and for all of y'all just coming in, talking about Isaiah Stokes, you can see the picture there, coming to the University of Memphis to play power forward. But I just don't think, and I think Kelly brought up a good point in the comments, he's not going to play a ton right off the bat because you already have a lot of forwards. You have Precious Achiuwa, 5-star recruit, Lance Thomas, DJ Jeffries, Malcolm Dandridge, Isaiah Maurice, who's a senior coming in from last year. All this really did was fill up the last remaining scholarship that the Tigers had open
Like I said, it doesn't hurt to bring another big man in. It doesn't hurt anything at all. But looking forward, as far as expectations wise, I'm putting a big pause on everything. All this stuff, matchup nightmare, no. He's not proven any of that as of yet. We will see what he does coming into the season. Once again, if you want to call into the show, a reminder, you can call in 901-213-6020. What do you think about Isaiah Stokes coming to the University of Memphis? As I said before, he played AAU with Team Penny, as you can see there, and he also played Mike Miller's AAU organization, M33M. So you have that familiarity, have that comfortable level with the coaching staff, and that's always a thing. One thing that kind of stood out to me in his quotes was the fact that he wants to stand out and be a leader for this Tigers team. He's been to the NCAA tournament twice. You can give Isaiah Stokes credit for that. Or can you? I don't want this to sound like a Stokes bashing, but that first year they went to the NCAA tournament, he was on a red shirt. He didn't even play. Now, you mentioned he got to see how the experience felt and to see his teammates out there playing. But, is it really fair to say that he had experience in the NCAA tournament? That's number one. Number two, in his second year, he did play a little bit more. Didn't play a ton of minutes. So maybe it's not fair to judge him as far as that goes yet. But stats are nothing special, and is not displayed much as of yet in the college game. I hope for the best for Isaiah Stokes. I think when Kelly talks about next year, it's going to be interesting because I took some notes on that end. Let's look at some reality here. Isaiah Maurice is gone because he's a senior after this year. James Winston is most likely gone because he's projected in a lot of mock drafts now to be the number one pick in the draft. So I highly doubt that he would stay. I doubt that's going to change as the season goes along. Precious Achiuwa is in the top 15 of a lot of NBA mock drafts, so I doubt he's going to stay for another year. So those are three big men that'll be gone. Next year, that'll leave Lance Thomas for his final season, Isaiah Stokes, and DJ Jeffries. And I believe that's it. Not Wiseman. Malcolm Dandridge. Malcolm Dandridge will be here because of we don't know his status as far as this year with the injuries, but we know he'll be here next year. So those are three bigs right now. But do you feel comfortable with that three big rotation with Lance Thomas, Isaiah Stokes, and Malcolm Dandridge? Do you think Penny wants to add to that going forward? Who knows? I've talked to some people that were surprised that Penny even decided to pick up Isaiah Stokes because they're not that big of a fan of his and think that he may not bring that much to the team. I'm not willing to go that far, but I am going to say temper fans' expectations when it comes to Isaiah once again. Expect the guy coming in averaging 20 and 10. Don't even expect his brother, Jarnell. It's not who he is. He's not that. Jarnell was a great college basketball player at Tennessee. I don't know as of right now if we can expect that from Isaiah. They have some similar skill sets, but once again, he'll wait and see process. Last note on this, once again, he's unknown whether he will actually play this coming season or not. And you probably, like Kelly said and some other people, you probably don't even need him that much heading into the season. So the man's coming in 6'8", 280, which is gigantic. And we'll see what happens going forward. 901-213-6020 if you want to get in on the conversation. And that's still going to be out there if you don't want to talk about it. Memphis Tiger football. Just want to get to that for a minute. Of course, the big game coming up this weekend, Ole Miss and Memphis, Liberty Bowl Memorial Stadium this Saturday. Rivalry game. It's probably going to be the last time those two teams play each other for a while because this is the end of their agreement over the last several years. So unless they renew something, which I'm suspected as of right now, this is the last time we'll see this matchup for a while. But Ole Miss coming into the Liberty Bowl, chip on their shoulder. I talked some about that yesterday, but not really getting into the game yet because I'm gonna say that for tomorrow when we preview and go in depth with that. But what's kind of striking to me, and this came out on Twitter, was the fact that Tiger football. They showed a picture of the south end zone, and they're working on the field and everything, and they put tarp over most of the seats in the south end zone. Now, for you experienced Tigers fans that have been to games, you know what that means. That usually means that they're not planning on selling out or selling a lot of tickets. So they're going to cover up the seats with Tiger tarp so as to not look like an empty stadium. That kind of surprised me a little bit because, once again, this is a big rivalry with Ole Miss. And you would expect, as anticipated as this season is, you got people talking about the fact that this Tiger team could go undefeated this season. You know what I'm saying? They win every single game. And this is by far, at least to me, unless something changes, the biggest game on the schedule. Marquee-wise, name-wise, rivalry-wise, all that stuff. It's the Ole Miss game because this schedule is not as difficult as past years. So with that being said, are you surprised that tickets aren't really selling like they should be for Tigers football? Some people say probably going to be somewhere around 40,000 people. And this is a game that's going to be on ABC, national television. Tiger Nation gets a chance to display itself to the world on national TV, and it looks like it's not going to be that impressive of a feat. This is something me and Bob talked about for years on TalkBack Live, man. You look at this is even going back to Justin Fuente, what they went back then. Why is it that it doesn't seem like what the Tiger football team does, they just can't get that consistency from the fan base that's expected, especially in college football in the South? The SEC, man, these guys, they sell out just about every game because they love their team. They go out, they support, they do all this. It doesn't matter if they're playing South Alabama or Alabama. They're going to sell out those games. Memphis seems to be a different story. Why is that? Is it because we're not in a Power 5 conference? Is it because Memphis fans just don't like football that much as they say they do? Is it because we're a basketball city? Everybody said this is Hoop City. I don't deny that. But what take away from the football team? And I know people seem to be critical of Norvell here and there as far as decision making, but I don't think anybody can question the quality of product that the football team is putting out on the field right now. You're talking about a team that's been to the AAC championship game 2 straight years back to back. That's only lost to the most dominant team in the conference, Central Florida, each of the past 2 years. That's been the only real team in the conference that could handle Memphis. Other than that, Memphis would be 2-time back-to-back AAC champions and heading to at least a New Year's bowl game. So, all that being said, does that surprise you guys that it seems like Tiger football is not getting the love from the people over the past few years as it probably should? And do they deserve it? What do y'all think about that? I mean, with the job Mike Norvell's done, with the quality of product they put on the field, with guys that are going to NFL left and right. I talked about yesterday, Anthony Miller, Darrell Henderson, Tony Pollard, so many others you can name are in the NFL. Jannard Avery is a star, soon to be a breakout star for the Cleveland Browns. So Tony Pollard is star backup for the Cowboys. Henderson looks like he's going to get a lot of playing time for the Los Angeles Rams. These aren't just little teams. These are marquee teams that these Tigers are making impact on. And yet it seems to not matter. Even the play style. A lot of people say, okay, you want to play a style that's exciting for the fans to come out and support. You don't want to be boring, smash mouth team. One thing about the Tigers, they're not boring. Whether you like it or not, they are not boring. They score a lot of points. They run up and down the field. They have playmakers everywhere. Defensively, last year they went good, but it was still exciting because the other team was scoring a ton of points. So you at least knew you was in action on both sides of the field, man. So I don't know. That kind of threw me for a loop a little bit to see that the tickets are kind of straggling out there for Tiger football. Jet Lucas, how you doing, man? And shout out to everybody else that's pouring on in on the Facebook Live. I definitely appreciate that. Y'all don't be scared to leave some comments, man, or call into the show if you get an opportunity. Or if you just want to sit back and listen, that's fine too. I appreciate y'all for tuning in. Once again, reason I brought up about Tiger football is the tarps being placed in the south end zone. You'd be surprised. Some people's like, well, what's the big deal? You look at social media, people are kind of like, man, why is this happening? You know, this is a big game, the biggest game probably of the season for Tiger football, and the tickets are not selling like a lot of people think they should. Why? Why is that the case? So that's up for you to decide, I guess. And y'all are the fans, the people watching. Why do you think it's people just want to watch on TV? So I'm not gonna lie, that's what I'm gonna do because the game is on ABC. The game's on ABC, national television. I mean, who wouldn't want to see the Tigers on national TV? But I mean, think about all these other programs around here. You know, with Tennessee, and look how terrible Tennessee's been over the past few years. They still get 100,000+ in Neyland Stadium. They're on national TV all the time. It doesn't seem to matter. I guess maybe Memphis just has to build up the fan base to bring up that consistency. But who knows, yeah. But y'all let me know what you think. So when I went over a little bit earlier for people just coming in, we talked about Isaiah Stokes transferring from Florida to Memphis. After 2 years at Florida, he's going to spend his last couple of years of eligibility with the Tigers. We still don't know if he's going to play this season or not. And even if he was eligible to play, he's probably still not going to play much this season. So we'll see what happens. And I brought up the fact that he says he's ready to be a leader for this team. Okay, let me read this. Jay says, go Tigers, go. He also says, people ain't got no money, Josh. Tickets ain't cheap. Okay, look. And look, I hear what you're saying. But have you heard about the ticket sales for the Tiger basketball program? The Tiger basketball program's going up on ticket prices. And justifiably so, because they have a hot ticket right now. James Wiseman. I mean, you got the number one recruiting class. You got the guy that's going to be the number one pick in the country. Multiple guys that could be lottery picks in the draft. Former NBA superstar as a head coach. I mean, everything's there for Tiger basketball, and they're taking advantage of it. David Rudd, he ain't showing no mercy on y'all fans. He's going up on the prices because people want to come to the games, and they're still buying tickets. What's up with that? You know, hey, and the Tiger basketball team is going to be on TV plenty of times. It's not even close for the season to start yet. And they've sold more season tickets than ever over the past couple of years. Not the same case for the Tiger football program. Now, that being said, Tiger football is selling more than they used to. And I think, because we're taking calls on this on the radio show, I feel like there's a sense of, well, Tiger football will be okay. They ain't used to nothing no way, so whatever they get, they should be happy with. Is that the attitude we should have? And look, don't get me wrong. I've been in the Liberty Bowl when there's been 200 people in there. It's rough. It's been rough for a long time. But that's way in the rearview mirror. I mean, Fuente had a ton of success. Norvell's had success. Multiple bowl games all over. I mean, I think all of that is a distant memory. There's a whole new football fans now. You know, one would think, you know, there's more people going to the games, but still, I got to say this. Football in most programs around the country is the number one priority for everybody else except Memphis. Now, Memphis has done a good job prioritizing football. You know, just look at the facilities they got. Look at what they got to work with in practice. Look at their locker rooms, state-of-the-art stuff. The Liberty Bowls had thousands of dollars put into it to improve it. I agree. Let me read these couple comments here because I'm kind of getting into that whole thing. Kelly says Ole Miss isn't as hyped as back in 2015. Even the Ole Miss fans isn't as hyped. And also, the $55 a pop for tickets ain't a walk in the park for some. I agree with that. Look, don't get me wrong now. That's, for the average family, that's a lot of money. But still, why do you think it's different here than other places? Because I don't think Memphis is the only place that has people that can't afford tickets. Is it the fact that you're just not excited about it? Or is it, okay, let's look at it this way. Now this goes in a whole other direction, the socioeconomic impact of the city. The socioeconomic impact of the city, which Memphis is pretty low on the barrel, not the university, but the city, as far as poverty level. So maybe that has an impact. But why doesn't it have an impact on basketball? Whole nother question. GKP says Tiger basketball has always been a priority over Tiger football. That's true. And I think I would understand that a little bit more if they were constantly playing at the same time on the same day. If that was the case, I get it. I mean, go to the basketball, go to FedEx Forum. I mean, you can only fit 18, 19,000 people in there, which is great for college basketball. But I understand that. But the games are not even matched up against each other. So what do you guys think is the real problem with the lack of selling out games at the Liberty Bowl? Is it the fact that the Liberty Bowl is not an on-campus stadium? I know a lot of people have been talking about that for years. Do you think that would help attendance? Do they need to lower the capacity of the Liberty Bowl to 40,000? I don't know if that's a good thing to do or not, but would that help things? Who knows? But these are just honest questions, man. This is not being critical of anybody's ability to or to not buy tickets. But I think it's just something to think about going forward here when you talk about Tiger basketball and Tiger football. 901-213-6020, 901-213-6020. I'm going to take a quick commercial break. See you on Stick and Say. We're going to continue to talk about this. Also, I'm going to get into some NBA stuff as well. But when I come back, since you guys seem to want to continue to get into it, we'll talk some more about the Tiger football and basketball situation and Kobe and Shaq back in the news. Why? Well, I'm going to break it down when we come back from the break. You're watching and listening to Talk Back Live Sports, Talk Back Live Network. We'll be back after this.
CJ Used Appliances, located at 3530 Jackson Avenue here in Memphis, Tennessee. Call them at 901-487-7882. CJ Used Appliances have the best prices in town. Sales and service, heating and air. Also the best appliances you'll find anywhere in the Mid-South. Refrigerators, microwave stoves, washers and dryers, deep freezers, dishwashers, whatever you need in used appliances. And folks, I'm telling you, they're the best used appliances anywhere you'll find. That's CJ Used Appliances, 3530 Jackson Avenue. All appliances come with warranty. You can call them at 901-487-7882. Again, 901-487-7882. CJ Used Appliances.
This is Sergeant Chris Richardson with the Tennessee Highway Patrol, here to explain the Tennessee Hands-Free Law, which is a new state law effective July 1st, 2019. In Public Chapter 412, it makes it illegal for a driver to hold a cell phone or a mobile device with any part of their body, to write, send, or read any text-based communication, to reach for a cell phone or mobile device in a manner that requires the driver to no longer be in a seated driving position or properly restrained by a seatbelt.
Graphics Printing, located at 890 East Range Road in Memphis, a complete print shop for all your printing needs. They do it all. Color copies, resumes, funeral programs, rubber stamps, full-color business cards, wedding and graduation invitations, and more. 30-plus years of quality work and service. They're open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 5:30 p.m. Located at 890 East Range Road in Memphis, Tennessee, 901-345-9294. C Graphics Printing.
Are you tired of going to the doctor with the same issue over and over again and never getting any relief? Are you tired of buying all types of vitamins and supplements, hoping but not knowing for sure that they will keep you healthy? Or are you getting enough of the right kind of nutrients that your specific body needs? If you answered yes to any of these questions, you need a nutritional blood analysis. With a nutritional blood analysis, we can take one drop of blood from a prick of your finger and analyze your body's nutritional needs, nutritional deficiencies, and nutritional imbalances. This analysis can provide an early warning of possible future health challenges so you can make the changes now to avoid the negative outcome. A nutritional blood analysis can be used to monitor a health challenge before and after adopting an approach to restore health and balance. It will also allow you the ability to determine the effectiveness of various approaches to restoring and balancing your health. So don't wait. Make your appointment. Stop guessing with your health. Know what works for sure. 901-602-7063.
Analysis, be sure y'all check that out, man. It's incredible bit of science that I think anybody, doesn't matter who you are, what your age or health state is, this thing can help you change your life. Nutritional blood analysis will ask multiple questions, will answer multiple questions. First of all, if you want to find out about it, you can go to the website bloodislifecenter.com. Once again, it's bloodislifecenter.com, and the phone number is 901-602-7063. And this blood analysis, man, is not just a blood test, your regular blood test, man. It can answer multiple questions that you have about your health. Whether it's why can't I lose more weight? Whether it's why is my blood sugar or blood pressure levels off? Am I taking the right supplements? Am I doing enough to protect myself from disease? All of these questions and more can be answered with just one drop of blood that's put that she can do what she does to look at your blood. You get to see it on the screen, and she'll break it down what you need to do, what it's saying about your body, and everything else. So be sure, if you want to contact her for more information, the website is bloodislifecenter.com, and the phone number is 901-602-7063. Be sure y'all tell them Talkback Live Network sent you down there for that information. All right, so Talkback Live Sports, we're back, man. Ready to talk about some more things here. We're talking about Tiger basketball. If you didn't hear it, once again, Isaiah Stokes is a Tiger, the brother of former Tennessee Vols great Jarnell Stokes, is back in the city of Memphis. He played for Team Penny. He played for Mike Miller's AAU organization. Now, he's back in the city he's from to play for both of them at the same time at the University of Memphis at FedEx Forum. Cool thing about it, it's always cool to get a former Tiger, well, not a former Tiger, but a Memphian back in the city to play for the city that he came up in. He even said, man, it's giving him goosebumps just thinking about the possibilities of playing at FedEx Forum, of putting on the Tiger jersey, the team he grew up watching. And now he gets a chance to put that uniform on. The only thing is we don't know whether that's going to be this year or next year as far as him actually hitting the court. But once again, we will wait and see. We also talked about Tiger football attendance. Do you think that's a problem? Do you feel like there should be more support for the Tiger football program, or do you think this is the best that they can get and that the Tiger football team needs to accept it? They need to accept the situation as it is and be happy with the 40 to 45,000 that they do get, because they didn't get to get that in the past. So we shall see. About 10, 15 minutes max left in the show, and I want to get to a story. It's NBA related. Kobe Bryant. Yes, the retired Kobe Bryant and the retired Shaquille O'Neal. Kind of making some news. I don't know if they meant to or not about this whole situation, but they kind of made some news of what they've been saying about each other. Now, Kobe and Shaq was a legendary team, 1-2 combination when they played with the Los Angeles Lakers. They won 3 back-to-back-to-back championships with the Lakers and had a lot of success. But it's well known that they didn't like each other throughout that process. It's well talked about the fight that Kobe and Shaq got into back in the day. And Kobe kind of talked about it in an interview, a sit-down interview. So y'all check this out. We're going to play this short clip of what Kobe had to say about Shaquille O'Neal and why Shaq, he feels, didn't reach his full potential when they played together. So y'all stick and stay. We'll be right back. Listen to this.
Would Shaq be if he had your work ethic? He'd be the greatest of all time. If Shaq had your work ethic, he'd be the greatest of all time. He'd be the first to tell you that, for sure. I mean, this guy was a force never seen. He did not care. He was mean. He was nasty. He was competitive. He was vindictive. I mean, he was, yeah. I wish he was in it. John would have had 12 rings.
Now, Kobe went on to say the turning point in their relationship was when they got into a fist fight. His teammates thought he was a big fella, but apparently Shaq respected the move. Regardless, who knows, Otto will have something to say about this, so stay tuned. Let's get you back to first take.
Yeah, there it is. So,
Nabil, appreciate
Big
you.
Aristotle.
You heard Kobe saying that Shaq being out of
where they got that
what did he
nickname
say?
from. But nonetheless, that was Shaq. That was who that
saying
is.
he
Talking
would have more
about
chips
his
if he
relationship with
passed the
Shaquille
ball.
O'Neal and how that whole thing went down. Talking about how he felt that if Shaq would have put more into himself, if he would have applied himself a little bit more, he could have been the greatest of all time. Now, I made this known, and in case y'all don't know, I'm going to say it again. Shaquille O'Neal is one of my 2 favorite basketball players of all time, personally, that I've seen. The dominance, the physicality. I have never seen, just like Kobe said, that guy physically dominate the basketball game like Shaq did. And not the way he did it. I mean, there was times, especially being a lifelong Grizzly fan, the whole time the Grizzlies have been here. If you guys remember when Shaq and Kobe came to FedEx Forum, those were special, special occasions. Even though that Grizzlies team wasn't any good. The teams with Brevin Knight, Shane Battier, a young Pau Gasol, Lorenzen Wright, the late Lorenzen Wright. Grizzlies teams like that were coming up, but weren't really that good. But they had some battles in the pyramid back in the day. And Shaq always stood out to me, not just then, but just his whole run. And I really still don't feel like he's as appreciated as he should be in regards to greatest of all time. But all that being said, Kobe said, look, he didn't care enough in certain situations. I've heard in the past him say that, felt like Shaq didn't take care of his body like he should have, and if he did, then they would have won 12 championships. Kobe said, I'd have 12 rings right now if Shaq cared a little bit more. Now, Shaq has responded since that video, which that video was played this morning. But Shaq has responded saying, well, Kobe, you'd have had 12 championships if you passed the ball a little bit more. So, and he said that with all seriousness. So don't be trying to blame me for you not doing what you needed to do when we played together. So what do y'all think about that, man? This is one of those things. It's kind of been almost a lifelong rivalry between Shaq and Kobe, and it's odd when you have two guys that were so great together have this disdain for each other. I thought all this was squashed. I remember last year, I think it was last year, where Shaq and Kobe sat down and interviewed each other. When Shaq and Kobe sat down and interviewed each other after Kobe had retired, and they talked about everything, and it seemed like they had squashed all the beef and everything was down and done. But Kobe just decided to bring it up out of the blue when he was doing this sit-down interview in front of an audience. You can catch that full interview on YouTube, and I may share it on Talkback Live Network's Facebook page. But it's interesting Kobe decides to bring that up now. But we can pause for the call right now. Got a call coming in.
Send a voicemail. Press 2.
Caller, welcome to the show. Oh. Okay, well, I guess they'll call back. Call back if you can. 901-213-6020. And we'll get you right up in here. But yeah, what do y'all think, man? Kobe comes out, he just decides to air some stuff, and he decides to say, hey, man, if Shaq would have applied himself more, we would have had more championships. Let's go back to the phones. Vincent, how you doing, sir?
Hey, Josh, how you doing, man?
Man, I'm feeling pretty good on this Wednesday. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good. I hadn't really got a chance to listen before, so I don't know exactly what you all are talking about.
I'll let you know real quick.
Probably.
I'll let you know real quick. And I'm sure this is what you probably want to talk about. We were talking about earlier with Isaiah Stokes' commitment. He's officially enrolled in the University of Memphis. We don't know if he's going to play yet this year, but he's a Tiger. What do you think?
Well, I tell you what I do like about it. Mm-hmm. He got a year to kind of lose a little weight because if he's going to play in fitness system, he's going to have to be able to get up and down the floor.
Yeah.
But they need a couple of bigger bodies because a lot of the guys they got outside of Malcolm Dandridge are really kind of slender guys. And I've been noticing some of the guys that are playing in the Elite Eight Final Four games. I mean, they got some 6'9", 240, 50-pound bangers down low. Everybody's not slim, and so it makes a difference when you start fighting for rebounding position. And if you got to do a half-court offense, sometimes that the farther along you go, you got to rely on half-court offense sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
And it helps to have physical presence. And with everybody anticipating James Wiseman leaving next year, and plus we're losing Maurice and possibly Atchwood, depending on how he turns out. You're going to need a couple of big bodies because after that you only have Lance and Dandridge. So I don't know who's on the radar in terms of, for next year as far as big men is concerned, but you need at least about 4 or 5 on the team. So that's a good thing. I was actually calling to talk about the University of Memphis Ole Miss game.
Yeah, go ahead.
I don't know if y'all touched on that or not.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, the football game, I find it interesting that the Tigers are considered a 5-point favorite.
Mm-hmm.
I almost wish we weren't. To me, that would help us be a little bit more motivated in terms of, the respect type thing. And so, for whatever we want to feel about Ole Miss, they do play in that SEC West, which is the most difficult division of college football.
Yeah.
So 4 or 5 straight losses in that division is not the same thing as 4 or 5 losses in the American. You losing to Alabama, LSU, Mississippi State, and Auburn. I mean, what you think the Tigers' record would be if we played them?
Yeah, 0-4. Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I said, I don't know if we should really hang our hats on. Well, Ole Miss, they're cellar dwellers in the West. I mean, a whole lot of teams will be cellar dwellers in the West of that league.
That's true. And
I don't know how we want to look at that.
And I'm going to tell you, Vince, that's a good point. And it's one of those things where this game is not as anticipated as past years. I mean, there have been other years where, I think in 2015 is the one that stands out to me, where the Paxton Lynch and Anthony Miller, had their coming out party in in the Liberty Bowl. It was a near sellout crowd. I think that was the biggest crowd they ever had, if I'm not mistaken. And
I was at that game.
Yes.
I was in the stands.
And that was a crazy environment, was it not? I mean, the Tigers were ranked, Ole Miss was ranked, and the Tigers got as high as they probably have, and I can't even remember. They moved up to almost near the top 10 after that victory with Justice
I think
Fuente.
they got up to like 11.
Yeah.
I think they got up. I don't know if they can make the top 10 or not, but I think it was 11. They started the game off like number 17 or maybe a little lower, because we were like 7-0. We beat them. We was 8-0.
Yep.
And then after that, we kind of self-destructed on some games that we shouldn't have lost. We lost to Navy and a couple other teams. And but anyway, I look for Memphis to play a good game. I'm interested to see who is the speed guy. They said Kenneth Gainwell is a speedster. We need like 2 or 3 of those to kind of offset what we lost with Pollard and Henderson, because I don't think people realize what we lost in Pollard and Henderson. I mean, those were NFL caliber speedsters, you know. And I looked at the preseason game the other night between the Rams and the Cowboys.
Yep.
And the thing that you had 2 backs starting in that game that were from the University of Memphis. When was the last time you ever heard that?
It's crazy, man. And, you know, one thing I've always felt, especially about Tony Pollard in particular, but I always felt Tony Pollard was going to show when he got to the league, however he got there, that he's a better running back than we gave him credit for. Not that he, you know, we saw him as a kick returner and as a guy that caught the ball out the backfield. But if you notice, the times he was able to get a handoff from under center, as a small guy, he was able to get in between the middle, run down the middle. He's not scared of running downhill, taking some hits. He's deceptively strong and can make those quick cuts.
He's not as small. He's not as small as Henderson. Actually, Tony Pollard's like 6'1", 205, maybe 210 now. I don't know. But the thing was, for what he did at Memphis, he wasn't needed as a running back.
Yeah.
Because you had Henderson, you had Patrick Taylor the last 3 years. I mean, you had 2,000-yard rushers in the same backfield, and Henderson was almost the best back in the nation. So he wasn't really needed. It was more advantageous to have him in the, you know, the wing or that flanker, whatever position that was he did. And I think he's going to be used even better for that. But anyway, man, I just want to chime in. I know do you get off at 4? Does it close out at 4 or 5?
4 o'clock. 4 o'clock.
Oh, so you're on Monday through Thursday now, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, well, now I know what your schedule is. I can kind of keep up with it. I wasn't sure, you know, what it was in terms of. I thought it was Tuesday and Thursday, but now it's Monday through Thursday. Well, that's good.
Yes, sir.
Well, man, like I said, go Tigers. Isaiah Stokes. I mean, it's not a bad pickup. I think, you know, we need a big man moving forward. And like I said, I don't look for him to play this year because he played at Florida last year. I don't know how he could just come in and play at Memphis, transfer like that. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I heard I don't know if there's a possibility of some type of hardship. I don't know if he's got that going on though, but we'll see what happens. You know, sometimes they can work out magic with that stuff, so we'll see.
Yeah, well, if it's a hardship thing, then that's one thing. But then, for his sake, I think he probably want to wait till next year anyway, because I mean, you got some guys already there. You got Wiseman, you got Atchewell, you got Lance Thomas. That you know going to play a majority of the minutes. I don't know if I'm not saying he's not as good. I mean, he was a 4-star recruit, so he's not slow. But you know, with that up-tempo system, he probably have to get down to about 250. You know, to be effective, sort of like Mike Parks did last year.
Oh, at least, because I'm gonna tell you, Stokes, they got him listed now 6'8", 280, and that's not gonna work. I mean, because as Penny's gonna run you guys, well, it's gonna run them to, you know, as hard as possible. So he's gonna have to cut down, no question.
Yeah. All right, man. Well, listen, I know you're about out of time, so good talking with you, and I'll be listening a little bit more frequently now that I know you got a set time from Monday to Thursday.
Man, I appreciate that.
Okay, well, have a wonderful rest of the evening.
Yes, sir. You too. All right, that's Vincent calling in, talking some Tigers, man. I'm going to say this. I know I'm about to wrap it up here. Tiger football, that's one thing I'm curious about. One thing I'm interested in getting into tomorrow is the running back situation. Because we talked with Brian Moss, I believe it was last week, and he talked about how Patrick Taylor, this is his year now. Patrick Taylor's been behind Henderson for the past couple of years, but we see how good Taylor can be. He still got over 1,000 yards last year, despite being the number 2 guy in a 3 running back stable. So this is his year. They have Kenneth Gainwell, who's going to come in. I think he's going to make some real noise this year. They have Taylor, who is from Memphis as well, I believe East High School. I always liked him coming in, and now he's going to get a little bit more time at the running back position, but this is Patrick Taylor's backfield this year. Only concern on offense is, one, the number 2 receiver, and 2 is the quarterback, Brady White. He has to prove something to me this year. He's got a whole year under his belt. No more excuses about not being used to anything. This is his year. You got to step up. You got to show me a little bit more. There's no Henderson to lean on this year to score a touchdown for 80 yards if you can't throw the football. There's no Tony Pollard. You got some guys, but they don't have as much experience. What can you do to make something happen as a quarterback? You're not just supposed to sit back and let everybody else do the job for you. As a quarterback, you got to make stuff happen when it's time to make it happen. When the game's on the line last year, did you trust Brady White to make a play? No. You trusted Darrell Henderson to make something out of nothing and score a 60-yard touchdown to save the team. So we'll see what happens when it comes to Tiger football. But that's going to do it for me today. I appreciate y'all for tuning in, for checking me out, as always, and we'll be back. I'll be back tomorrow. Well, I'll be back tomorrow, all the shows. TalkBack Live Sports will be back. TalkBack Live with Bob and Josh will be back tomorrow. TalkBack Live Sports will be back tomorrow, 3 p.m., and today, stay tuned, Breaking Bread Bible Teaching with Bishop Bobby Midget at 6 p.m. So stay tuned for that. That's coming up. So stick and stay. Yes. Did you want to go ahead and say?
Well, this afternoon we'll be continuing our teaching on the Antichrist, what's going to happen after the fact the church is taken out, and a lot of people wonder who the Antichrist is, when and where he will take his reign. And, well, we'll be talking about some of that this afternoon at 6 o'clock on Breaking Bread Bible Teaching, and it's going to be very, very exciting. So stick around for that.
That's it. So y'all stay tuned for that. So we're going to hit y'all with the sponsors, man, but I appreciate y'all for tuning in, and I'll be back tomorrow for another edition of TalkBack Live Sports. So we will talk to you guys next time.
Yeah, I'ma get it. That's for sure.
Are you tired of going to the doctor with the same issue over and over again and never getting any relief? Are you tired of buying all types of vitamins and supplements, hoping but not knowing for sure that they will keep you healthy? Or are you getting enough of the right kind of nutrients that your specific body needs? If you answered yes to any of these questions, you need a nutritional blood analysis. With a nutritional blood analysis, we can take 1 drop of blood from a prick of your finger and analyze your body's nutritional needs, nutritional deficiencies, and nutritional imbalances. This analysis can provide an early warning of possible future health challenges so you can make the changes now to avoid the negative outcome. A nutritional blood analysis can be used to monitor a health challenge before and after adopting an approach to restore health and balance. It will also allow you the ability to determine the effectiveness of various approaches to restoring and balancing your health. So don't wait. Make your appointment. Stop guessing with your health. Know what works for sure. 901-602-7063.
CJ Used Appliances, located at 3530 Jackson Avenue here in Memphis, Tennessee. Call them at 901-487-7882. CJ Used Appliances has the best prices in town, sales and service, heating and air. Also the best appliances you'll find anywhere in the Mid-South. Refrigerators, microwave stoves, washers and dryers, deep freezers, dishwashers, whatever you need in used appliances. And folks, I'm telling you, they're the best used appliances anywhere you'll find. That's CJ Used Appliances, 3530 Jackson Avenue. All appliances come with warranty. You can call them at 901-487-7882. Again, 901-487-7882. CJ Used Appliances. C-Graphics Printing, located at 890 East Range Road in Memphis, a complete print shop for all your printing needs. They do it all: color copies, resumes, funeral programs, rubber stamps, full-color business cards, wedding and graduation invitations, and more. 30-plus years of quality work and service. They're open Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 5:30 p.m., located at 890 East Range Road in Memphis, Tennessee, 901-345-9294. C-Graphics Printing. C&S Motors Auto Sales, located at 2508 Summer Avenue, here in Memphis, Tennessee. Call them at 901-323-8778. C&S Motors Auto Sales has been around since 1984. Go by and see Chris today for some of the best pre-owned and used vehicles in the city. They have SUVs, minivans, cars, trucks, whatever you're looking for in pre-owned used vehicles. Hey, you can find it right there at C&S Motors Auto Sales. See Chris since 1984. They will treat you right. Call them at 901-323-8778. That's 901-323-8778, 2508 Summer Avenue, C&S Motors Auto Sales.